The essential question for today is, what does it look like to be respectful at Kino Junior High? Notice this is the middle column on the school-wide expectations behavior matrix. The first two expectations on the respectful matrix for campus-wide expectations are follow adult directions the first time and appropriately respond to those adult directions. This is one of the most challenging things for junior high students to do because often you disagree with the direction that the adult is giving you. Remember, adults are here to help you be successful. And if they ask you to do something, the expectation is that you are following that direction the first time without arguing. It's time for your first activity. For this 3-minute activity, you will come up with some negative reactions that you have seen other students have towards adults on campus. We're going to find better ways to respond to those directions. A scribe can type them or write them on the board. This can be a student or your teacher. We will only have about 1 minute to come up with a few examples to work on. For example, when an adult asks you to stop running in the hallway, you stop, but then start running again as soon as you get around the corner. This would be an example of not following adult directions the first time and not responding appropriately to the adult reactions. See if you can come up with a few more examples as a class of things you have seen students do incorrectly when adults give directions. Please take the next minute to complete this. Okay, at this point you should have a few good examples written on the board. Now we're going to brainstorm. Silently, please brainstorm. 1, why does the adult give that direction? And 2, what could the student do differently? We're going to talk about these as a class in a few minutes, but go ahead and jot down some ideas that you have on your own right now. For example, in this activity, the adult asked you to walk so you didn't ram into anyone or trip and break a leg. This truly happened. Someone was running a few years ago, fell, and literally broke his leg. But that's besides the point. To fix this behavior, the student could have made sure to listen the first time and walk in the hallway. Simple fix. Take 30 seconds to brainstorm, and then we will come up with a few quick ideas. Enjoy the music in the background while you're thinking. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, now let's share out some ideas of ways that we can fix the behaviors you identified. Please take 30 seconds with your class to discuss some of these. The third expectation, campus-wide, is respect others' personal space and belongings. We're going to watch a quick video about someone who did not necessarily respect her friend's personal space. When you're finished, think about this. What other examples of respecting personal space can you think of? I'm sure you've seen examples all over the school and in your own personal life that could have gone a little different. Next, we must remember to use appropriate language. This is our largest area of concern on campus, especially in the hallways, cafeteria, and at sporting events. Students often don't think of the audience around them and instead are absorbed in the fact that they think only their friends are listening. Notice in this video from a real company used for training that the language we use should always be appropriate for the highest level. Our last respectful behavior for campus-wide is keep your classroom and school clean. Remember to call out your friends if they're not doing their part and hold yourself accountable. We often have visitors on our campus, and when they see trash laying around, it takes away from our Kino pride. The next two expectations for in the classroom are keeping rumors to yourself. This one's pretty obvious. No one likes to be talked about. We have a real video for you to watch, and then if time allows at the end, you can come back and watch this one for fun. The other school-wide expectation is listen and be quiet during instruction. What are some ways you can show your teachers or classmates that you are listening? We must remember that listening means not distracting others as well. That keeps them from listening. Think to yourself for a minute. Have you ever done anything that distracted others and took away from their learning? You don't have to share this one. But just think. We are going to share out here. Think about what are some of the distracting things that you have seen others in your classroom do. Let's share out some of those things now, so we're all aware of what things we want to avoid. Take 30 seconds to do this. In the classroom, you will notice that we have follow directions the first time and appropriately respond to others, including substitutes and guests. Did you notice that we've seen this before back in the campus-wide expectations? And here it is again in the classroom. Based on our data, this is an expectation that we need to practice in all settings. Whether we know the teacher or not, we need to make sure we're following directions the first time and appropriately responding when someone asks us to do something. And here we have respect others' personal space and belongings again. Here are a few videos that you can watch, but we're going to quickly go through an activity that I think will help you understand that what you value isn't necessarily what other people value. We do need to respect people's space, but also items that aren't ours. Very quickly, on a sheet of scratch paper, or on your folder, or in your head, think of your 3 favorite things. Mine are my children, my pets, and my bed. Go ahead and share out one of your favorite things with the person sitting next to you. Thank you. I bet you noticed when you were sharing out that your favorite thing was not necessarily the favorite thing of your neighbor. They may love their headphones while you love your art kit, or they may love their cell phone while you love the picture of your mom because you don't get to see her. How would you feel if the things that were your favorites were lost, broken, or destroyed? And I know some of you can relate to this because you've reported missing phones and headphones and things like that in the past. It's a really bad day when we lose our favorite things or when our favorite things are taken from us. Notice that our favorite things aren't the same as anyone else. Since we don't know what things are important to others, we need to make sure that we always respect their things, even our teachers' things, like their Kino cash or the pictures and items they have on their desk, as if it was their own, as if it was your own. Remember, it's not yours to take, it's not yours to touch, and it's not yours to destroy. Now let's move down to our next category, the cafeteria. We first must remember to wait in line patiently. Here's a real quick clip of what that looks like. Did you know you can use your Kino Cash to purchase an early to lunch pass? What other ways can you show patience in the cafeteria? When you're in line, when you're trying to get to the cafeteria, like walking, when you're trying to get food from the salad bar, or you're waiting in line to get ketchup, think of all the ways that we can show patience. We also need to use inside voices. I'm not sure why it is that students forget the cafeteria is not the field. We've got another fun video, if time allows. But we're going to take a few seconds to practice. For 20 seconds, talk about your favorite food with your partner, using your inside voice. Remember, an inside voice is just above a whisper. It should not distract the people around you. It should be a conversation that just you and the person you're talking to can hear. Now, your teachers are going to love me for this. Let's practice using our outside voice all at the same time. Go. Notice that these were not the same. Have a very fast conversation about why it matters to be using inside voices when you're inside the cafeteria or arcade. Wear your headphones if you're listening to music. We do allow you to have your cell phones out, but please be respectful that the music you enjoy may not be what other people want to hear. Here's a little song about headphones. Remember, if you're not respectful and do not leave your speakers at home, we will gladly lock them up for you in the front office. And if you are using your cell phone as a speaker, they will also be taken away and held in the front office until the end of the day where you can pick them up. The people around you don't love your music as much as you do, so please make sure you bring your headphones to school. And then you can listen every day at lunch. We have 2 more expectations for the cafeteria that repeat. One is remaining gossip-free, and the other is using appropriate language. Teachers, if you're running short on time, you can come back to the gossip-free video later. But the using appropriate language video is very powerful. Please make sure you show this to your students. In this video, the young man speaks about his religion. But how does appropriate language, or not using appropriate language, affect everyone, no matter what religion, age, race, or gender they are? Have a 3-minute discussion with your partner or table group about this. And here are our 3 bathroom expectations. We're not using the restroom as a place to gossip. We are not going in there and cussing and making a muck. And we are making sure that it's clean for everyone. Back by popular demand, here is a song that will get stuck in your head. We introduced the potty song to you. Happy singing. Remember that when students give you Kino cash, it's worth double when you spend it. So please make sure you are showing your substitutes and guest speakers how respectful you can be. Let's review our essential question. What does it look like to be respectful at Kino Junior High? Share with a partner or write a reflection about what it looks like to be respectful at Kino Junior High. Your teachers and the other staff members on campus will be out and about looking for those respectful behaviors in all categories or in all locations on campus. Thank you for your undivided attention today. Have a great day.